there appears to be an entire, like, I don't know if you call these flocks, flock of song sparrows moving into my hedge. I came home and they were all on top of my neighbor's garage. Can you hear all the chirping? And a crow. So, I guess my hedge got an additional positive purpose. They're all over the place. Wow. So it finally rained today. And, seems like the garden was happy about that. I am definitely getting, like, worse than usual flea beetles in here, and would really like to introduce some nematodes to see if it helps. There's a bunch of tomatoes. That one seems to have either strange deformities or it got chewed on. But there's more. Several over here. Why are we not focusing? And a few over here too that are actually starting to get a bit of a blush to them, so that's nice. There's a borage over here now. The rutabaga actually got leaves. How about that? That is an unhappy cherry tree. I'm not even going to fight it anymore. Asparagus, rhubarb all over the place. Hedge of bird. Neighbors making their dinner. I can hear their microwave. So, you can probably hear them too. I have some space cleared out around my new jostaberry, because the leaves that weren't getting enough air, I guess, were getting, like, crinkly. Almost like mosaic virus. I'm not sure, though. Smells interesting over here. Look at this big weed. Oh, no. Look at this big weed. That's bad. I don't want this much big grass. Look at it. It's huge. That's gotta go. Looks like that's the only one there, I think. The flowers keep being beat up by them more in the way. As you can see. Like, the path goes here and then there. And there's like maybe a 2-foot clearance in the back. Really gotta do something about trimming back the root ball on this Joe Pye. And then here's one of the seeded Joe Pye. I saw another one around the garden and I can't remember where, but I'm gonna have to dig them both up before they get that big and probably pot them. Maybe just transplant them. The lovage, I need to get the seeds off again. Yeah, here's all the rhubarb. Actually, really, get off of me, fly. Really could stand to harvest a bunch of this. I tied up this tomato to the support post because it was getting all floppy, and I also tied up the bean over there. And got down onto the cliff and put some kitty litter in the old groundhog hole. It seems to be deterring them coming back. Really, all I have is rabbits now, it seems. Seed bed. I could stand to get in there and pick through that again. I am actually going to be able to gender my hops this year. Look, they're starting to bud up. They're mostly 3 years old, so this will be their first bloom, and then I'll be able to gender them out. See if I've got boys or girls. And the well-established hops is not as far forward in when it's blooming. I only see a couple little blooms down here, almost on the ground. Of course, it pretty well fell over this year, so I don't know. Yeah, I did a fire last night, and it was huge. Like, I don't know, 12 foot tall. And there's some more back in there to burn. And the wood chips are doing great. The flies annoyingly like the wood chips a bit too much, but I guess what can you do? Considering that everything seems fine right here, I might bring in more wood chips around the pot and pot area. I don't know. We'll see. I'm really looking forward to getting these gendered, and I mean, there's no way they're all girls, so at least I'll be able to get a few of the stabby vines moved. I was afraid to move them because I thought I might stunt them and then they wouldn't bloom and then I wouldn't find out for a whole nother year, but I'd like to get them somewhere along here. Wood chip pile. I was not well this weekend, so I didn't make any new progress. I'm going to throw my weed over the cliff. About 2 foot higher now than I was, but I'm right above the curb, technically. Oh, there's more hops. These are girls, so there's going to be a lot of combs across here. I can see the little, all through here, and then this in the middle is that stuff. I must have one surviving connection here that I need to cut, because there shouldn't still be green honeysuckle after all that. I think I see a couple, so I guess I'll bring the snippers out here. I also see one popping up through. Ugh. Interesting. I guess this is going to be interesting overall. I'm going to have to do a lot of cutting, because look at that. Yeah, so that's how that's behaving. This is actually doing better than I thought it would, I guess. So far, anyway. I'm gonna really have to keep a close eye on all of this, because underneath this there's a really thickly rooted mat of this stuff, and I'm probably going to have to tarp it the rest of the way out in addition to all of the wood chips, but we'll see how we do. It's also coming up through here. I'm not sure where that's coming from either. Oh, well, there's one answer. So, doing good. That is probably 1/5 of the original. I'm standing where the pile started. It went from curb to there. And then the curb goes back like this, so it was like, and it was taller too, it was like that the whole way back. So I only have a bit further to go. It's covered because the rain, I don't feel like lifting wet wood chips. Call me crazy. It sounds like too much work. So, is that gonna focus? Those florets look a little dried out. I guess we'll see what they do next. And then all of this is just weeds. And then there's raspberries. And these will keep going till November. More weeds. And then weeds and comfrey. This is comfrey in front too. Here's what comfrey flowers look like. It's a pretty aggressive plant. I might pot some up and then clear this area too, because there's nothing other than the comfrey in this zone that I want. And the comfrey will take over anywhere you put it. So it's not like the precious or anything. I could replant it without a problem. There's some coriander in here. Yeah. I gotta get the tarps like hung up to dry or something, I guess, because they were dry yesterday, but I was too not well this weekend to deal with them. A helicopter up there. And a brand new tree of heaven popping up here. And there and here and all down the cliff area where people dump their lawn waste. There's actually a deer eating that one. Huh. Excellent. Keep it up, deer. Yeah, so that's not good. There's a train going by if you're wondering what that noise is. A little bit too greened up to see it, though. I'd love to get down there and do a bit more coppicing. You know, regain some of the view, but also just like, that's one of the seed-bearing tree of heaven there. Stinky, terrible, invasive tree. Blah. So that's how it's all looking. Porch is a mess as usual. It'll be great if I can get that cleaned up before winter. We'll see. Oh, look at how good the French tarragon's going. That's great. Yep. Good stuff. Bye.